Hi everybody, how are you going this evening? So week 24 is late and I apologise for that. So we started off this week with our sun in Leo on Saturday, and then on Sunday it shifted into Virgo. And I really urge you to read the accompanying blog to this video because I don't want to rehash everything in there. This is just an extra. I just want you to know that collectively right now it is a very hard time. The astrological placements that we've been experiencing really have been pushing and stretching us to our limits. And as you'll read, like, I don't know if this is the first time you're coming across myself or one of my videos or anything. Hello, my name's Zara. However, I wanted you to know that my past, I have a lot of depression and anxiety. I survived 6.5 years being a binge drinking alcoholic, and I was in a very, very, very black hole. Depression, anxiety, suicidal tendencies, the whole everybody hates me sort of mentality, and victim mentality as well, which I'm not going to go into here because it's not conducive to what I would like to share with you, but that's another video entirely. Basically, I want you to know that astrologically our mental health right now is being tested. So if, like, I haven't felt the depths of depression and anxiety, or I even had suicidal narratives pop in and out over the last 2 or 3 days, and I haven't been feeling that way since sobering up in 2016. That's how heavy these planetary placements are, you know, and I feel everything. I'm not gonna lie, I don't see it as a negative though, and I am fortunate enough to have the resources available to me in order to make sense of it and understand it, so that I can allow for whatever needs to come up and out in like the most pain-free, or, you know, it wasn't pain-free, but, you know, the fact of knowing that it's there and having that heads up really, really helps. It makes it easier to surrender if there's a reason why. It stops you from feeling that I'm going fucking crazy. So that's why I really wanted to share it, because like my resurgence, like I said, hasn't happened in like nearly 4 years now. So I wanted you to see face to face that I am okay. I've come out of it. I spent a lot of time journaling, getting in touch with my heart and journaling for what my soul needs. And apparently I need to start running, and I do need to go back to boxing. So those things, like, that's going to be my mental health regime. And I really encourage you to do something similar. Not just to get in touch with your heart or your spirit or your soul. If you're not that way inclined, that's fine. But implement a regime in which that you know is going to help your mental health at this time, because the planets are not kind, and if they're going to be bringing this resurgence again, which I'm sorry to say that it's going to happen again, because on the 22nd of June we have Neptune going retrograde. So I'll be doing a post on that. I've been researching Neptune these last couple of days, because Neptune is associated with our third eye, our pineal gland, and hence why it can cause illusions and delusions. It's very much tied in with our intuition. But our intuition, as you may or may not know, that comes a very fine line between illusion and visions and delusions and, you know, mental ill health. So we really need to take a holistic standpoint I wrote in my blog that I'm a very spiritual person, and I do look to the metaphysical symptoms and meanings of things 100%. I'm not going to deny that. But at the same time, I'm very grounded in reality as well. And I was diagnosed with epilepsy in 1992, I think it was. And I had been medicated most of my life. It's not until February this year that I haven't had to take my epilepsy medication, because I healed myself, So I'm like transforming myself and healing myself continuously. But I'm also remaining very grounded in reality of, well, if my medication's needed, it's needed. However, I've been completely off of my medication now for 5 weeks. And no seizures, no reoccurrence, no anything. So I know that the body can heal itself. It's called epigenetics. I really urge you to have a look into it as well. It's very, very interesting. But yeah, I just wanted you to know that I'm well, and I will always be well, because I take my mental health very seriously. I'm ruled by Mercury, so I naturally need a lot of grounding. So I always make that my focus, whether or not it be via foods or crystals or meditation or laying out in my backyard and face down in the grass, whatever's required at the time. I just really want you to know that you're not alone. And yes, I'm going through my own shit, but I'm always going to be going through my own shit. And to be honest, that is not going to prevent me in supporting people like yourselves that need guidance and assistance during these trying times. Yeah, so I thought I might pull some cards and see what the universe has to say, what my spirit guides have to say for us. The Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands. So straight away we're already getting, with the Knight of Swords, we're already getting like an influx of cerebral energies, and the Nine of Wands is confirming that it is from past. So it is a worrying about past reoccurrences. And the Chariot just flew out onto the floor, which is the card for Cancer, which we have our North Node in Cancer at the moment, and conversely South Node in Capricorn, but there's also heavy planetary placements in Capricorn right now. That's where the Pluto-Saturn conjunction, I believe, is. And therefore, our only way out is through the opposing zodiac sign. I think I wrote that in the blog. And so that's why with Cancer, I'll just get the card. The Two of Wands was the other card that came out, which is really quite amazing. So the Chariot as well. Okay. And we have the underlying energies of the Five of Cups, the Four of Cups, Five of Cups, the Four of Cups, the King of Swords, and the Six of Pentacles. So I'll just tune in. So the spread here with the Knight of Swords and the Nine of Wands, with the Chariot and the Two of Wands. Very indicative to me of 1, us finding our balance. The lesson for the astrological zodiac sign of Cancer is to balance our head and our hearts. And the fact of we having the North Node in Cancer at the moment, that is the direction of our emotional growth and intelligence, our emotional intelligence and the growth therein. The Knight of Swords, however, with the Nine of Wands, indicates to me a period of time of reflection, worrying about the past reoccurring, which is funny because that's part of what my blog was already about, so it's nice for confirmation in the cards. And with the Chariot being in number 7 as well, in the major arcana, means that we have reached a new level of growth and not to give up. 7s are always a positive sign to continue forward. With the Two of Wands, this is indicative of our decision of where do we want to be in the world, what do we want our world to look like. Now with the underlying energies of the deck, this is always the message that nobody wants to hear. So we have the Five of Cups, which is, I don't really want to use the term, but I'll say it for some reason, it just came into my mind. Crying over spilt milk. So I think that's where the victim mentality comes out. However, we are moving back to the 4, which is good because the 4 gives us that revision time to realise my energy, that's embarrassing. The 4 of Cups gives us the reminder that yes, we can either be one of two ways here with the 4 of Cups. We can be very discontent with life right now and our realities in which we perceive them. And I say perceive because we have the King of Swords here as well. And swords being air energies is communication and thoughts. So it could be all about the way in which we perceive our realities to be. The 4, going from the 5 of Cups to the 4 of Cups also indicates to me it's a refusing to see the reality of the situation. With Neptune in Pisces right now as well, this is very much the delusional aspect of things. So either the lens of your perception is going to be that of it is all shit, or it's a lot better than the reality. So the King of Swords doesn't have absolute clarity because the sword is still on an angle. Upright swords in the tarot indicate clarity. There is still clarity that is on its way to us, but it is not afforded to us just yet. And the 6 of Pentacles, this 6s in the tarot are about balance. Numerologically speaking, 6s are family, relationships, home, and balance too. The 6 of Pentacles indicates where are you out of balance? Where are you offering much more of yourself than you're receiving back? The cards here are indicating that there is going to be movement forward. I just don't feel that it's going to be easy for many of us for some reason. Or maybe it isn't going to look the way in which you thought it would. Get a clarifier. The Page of Wands was just stuck to the table when I picked up the deck as well, so this is all about new beginnings and positive movement forward, taking action forward. Alright, ask for clarification on the 9 of Wands. And the Page of Wands is now the underlying. So the clarifiers that we have are the Devil reversed, and the 6 of Swords, and the 6 of Cups. And I really love the Devil reversed here because it's a reminding that we are not trapped. We're not under the illusion of being trapped. And with the 6 of Swords, it's also confirmation that we are moving away from that feeling and into a more grounded and a more emotionally stable place of being. So I really love the fact that the Devil came out reversed here, because it is such a far more positive card than in the upright. It's also the card of addictions and behaviours, obsessive behaviours, sorry. So at this time, I think it'd be really, it'd behoove you to have a look at to where your crutches lie. What is your... I'm really getting drawn to the water here, the turbulent water. So what is your coping mechanism? Like with me, like my past coping mechanisms was alcohol. So if you're drinking in excess or taking drugs in excess, I would really... I don't have a problem with drugs, like that's not what this is about. I'm just thinking because of the Neptunian placements in Pisces right now, Neptune does really rule addictions, especially drinking with alcohol and drugs and whatnot, because it is so connected to the pineal gland, so it's our gateway. Please excuse the dogs barking in the background. The animals have been acting up really oddly as well ever since the weekend. Yeah, so it's not just us humans who get affected, because even though the cravings aren't there, ever present, the narration, the inner narrative still is. So I feel that steering clear away from trouble, remaining grounded and getting in touch with your emotions, because the cups relate to the water energy of the zodiac and therefore emotions. Really self-parenting yourself as well is coming up because of the two children in the card here. Being kind and nurturing and loving to yourself, however that looks for you. Like, I'm still learning what I need for my own self-love on a daily basis, and it's ever changing as well, you know. The overall message is basically to keep yourself grounded. Realize that 1, it is a hard fucking time. 2, you are doing a fucking wonderful job at 1, keeping your shit together and still living your day-to-day. You have to pat yourself on the back for that, and you have to really take stock of how far you've come, yeah? Because right now we're revising all of the bullshit we have already overcome in our lives, and it is only going to make us stronger. So please hold on to you. We've been through it once before, we can survive it again, okay? Allow whatever needs to come up to be released. Know that the crazy feeling won't last forever, but take a holistic standpoint and approach to it. Be sensible about it. Go and see a doctor if you need to. Whether you need a mental health plan, like I considered it as well for myself, to go back and just at least have a check-in and be like, hey look, this happened, you know, yes I know astrologically speaking this is why it happened, but I think, yeah, I've even been thinking of downloading one of a PDF of the mental health questionnaire things that you do. And yeah, there is positive times coming ahead, I can assure you. We just have a few more little bumps in the road before we get to smooth, okay? As always, I hope this finds you well, and again, I really apologize for it being late, guys. I wanted to be there for you during the fucking chaos of it all, but yeah, I needed to take care of me, yeah, as well. So I hope this helps. And I will link the Sukha Kriya method video that I posted on my YouTube channel a few weeks ago. I'll link that in the description box below and at the bottom of the blog. And yeah, be well, and please check me out on Facebook and Instagram. Connect with me there. And have a lovely evening. Bye, beloveds.